Breakfast on the road again, huh?
It's becoming a thing.
I know, we're getting really good at this, unfortunately. So what are we off to do today?
Work on concrete.
Yeah.
I think today we're setting forms.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to do. We wanted to learn, so the other day we stopped by the job site and learned how to square up using batter boards. But today we're going to be hopefully working on that. We don't think we're going to get to film too much because we want to respect the homeowner and the contractors.
And not overstay our welcome.
And don't overstay our welcome, but we're really appreciative for the skills. So maybe after breakfast and a couple of early stops, we can share a little bit about how we found this opportunity and how we're using it to increase our skill set. I think right now what we're doing is we're on our way to actually look at a house that's going to be demolished.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and this contractor, we told him that we don't want to get paid for any of this work. We just want the skills, but he's so busy that he doesn't have time to stop at this house that his grandpa built and get some of the windows that his grandpa made out of this house. So we're gonna stop, and if it's within our ability, hopefully we can stop and grab those windows for him. I think that's like awesome. Worth way more than money.
Yep.
And he wants to put those in his house. So I'll let you finish your breakfast, and then
off camera. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then we'll take a look at this house together. I thought it might be pretty doggone obvious that we don't know some more. Okay, I think I know.
I was not eating huckleberries.
You were huckle stuffing your face.
That's pretty good.
I looked over there and I'm like, hey, could you? And you're like,
look at this. We checked our huckleberry patch the other day, and we actually got a lot of huckleberries. It's kind of hard to see in camera, but it's pretty nice to have these with us. It's a good, healthy little snack.
Cool, so we got a chance to check out those windows. It doesn't look that intimidating, but yeah, it sounds like that house was built in the 40s, and everybody and their mother's grandparents have apparently lived in that house. It's been moved once across town. So anyway, hopefully we can get those windows for that gentleman.
On the way to this job site, we thought we'd take a moment to share how we found this opportunity, or really how the opportunity found us. We know there's a lot of people that are in similar positions that we're in. They have a lot of goals and aspirations, but maybe they don't have the skills to see them through to the end.
We'd actually been looking for opportunities like this for quite a while. We've been talking to contractors, and one thing that worked well for us, if we ever saw a home being built, like we started to see earthwork, we'd keep an eye on it, and as soon as we saw anything that looked like a home was being built, we would actually stop in immediately and talk to whoever was there, whether it's the homeowner or the contractor or whatever, and say, hey, is there a chance we could just come by and watch? And that worked really good. We got a chance to see everything from foundation and site work, walls, framing, roof, electrical, plumbing, all the phases of rough construction. And I think Alyssa and I got to do that together, so it was very helpful. But this situation, somebody actually reached out to us because they saw one of our YouTube videos and thought, man, these folks are really hardworking, they're industrious, and they seem like they want to learn. So I'm going to reach out to them and see if they want to learn concrete. And so we actually contacted them, and it sounded like a great opportunity for us.
To us, education is priceless. We certainly don't feel entitled to anybody's time. It's no one's job to educate us and help us acquire these skills, but we are willing to travel great distances and even pay real money to learn these things. That's one of the reasons why we went to Maine for a timber framing workshop. And that experience cost us thousands of dollars, but we feel that the knowledge we gained far exceeded the amount we spent. Jesse and I agreed that we would be willing to pay to learn some of these other skills, such as concrete or milling, or the other number of things that we do around our homestead or that will be involved in this home build, but there aren't a lot of learning opportunities for these things. There's no official concrete class.
We went to, remember, we went to the college. We went and talked to them.
We did go to the college.
We said, hey, we love to work. Like, do you guys have a construction class? Or, like, can we learn this stuff? And they're like, yeah, no problem. We have like a 6-month construction management degree, and it starts in the fall or something ridiculous. And we're like, okay, where is that? And they're like, oh, it's 150 miles away and it's like $7,000. And it was just ridiculous. We're like, okay, that's helpful. We like that, but who has time for that? I mean, we said, are we going to get to work on a house? And they're like, oh yeah, for a little while, but most of it's in the classroom. And we're like, oh, I don't know that the classroom is where we're struggling, but we're not criticizing that. We're just saying that we were willing to invest in education. One small key for us too is to be actively looking. You're not going to see this stuff posted on a bulletin board or Craigslist or Facebook or anything like that. So we are constantly looking for opportunities. We're telling people we know, telling our neighbors, going to the local hardware store where a lot of the contractors actually shop for materials and say, hey, if you hear of anybody who's interested in having an extra set of hands for free, that'd be perfect. But just one tip, you do need to keep in mind that a lot of these guys are subcontractors, and so you're not allowed to just walk onto a construction site because there's a lot of liability. But if you at least ask actively, it's amazing how many opportunities are actually out there. One of the most helpful things that we learned by doing this stuff is not that the trades are complicated. Honestly, most of the trade work is pretty simple. It is not rocket science. But what we're learning is what is the tolerance that's okay. The most common problem with owner builders like us is we overbuild and we overanalyze. We spend way too much making things too good, too strong, and we waste a lot of time and money. And so working with a contractor like this, he can help us see how close is close enough, and that saves us so much wasted time and effort. We made it!
Time to get this party started.
Let's go learn how to form up concrete.
Let's go get learned. But first, a couple huckleberries for the road.
It's supposed to be crazy hot today, and on these construction sites, it's kind of funny how oddly similar it is to our property. You're basically in the blaring sun. So first of all, we have a lot of respect for you folks that are in the trades because you're working out in these crazy hot summers. So thankfully, we brought all of our sun gear. We're getting pretty experienced with that on our property, so when we show up here, we feel pretty equipped. Yeah, I'm not saying we're sun experts. I mean, we don't live in the Gobi Desert or whatever it's called, but we're getting to be pretty experienced. We've been shopping and actively seeking out lightweight summer type clothing. We've been looking for comfortable, wide-brimmed hats and things like that, and then work pants and things that breathe well but are still durable. Oh, and hydration. Hydration.
We didn't bring one water bottle for the whole day, we brought two.
We got 3.
Just kidding.
And a gallon of water. How's it going?
It's going good.
Just flying. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't know what we're doing, but
shocked.
fun.
I thought this was, I don't know, firms I say were really intimidating to me, but this is all getting less intimidating.
Yeah, with 5 people and 2 of us complete clowns. It's
Yeah.
going pretty good. What the heck happened there?
I don't know, we were here just long enough to get like really ridiculously hot, and now we have to run errands in public.
Hurricane concrete. That was fun. That 2 hours blew past.
It totally did,
blew
yeah.
by.
It's not a long time, but it's enough to just kind of introduce us to this aspect of the build. So while
Yeah.
we wish we could hang around more and help out, we have a million things to do today, and it has to happen today. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got the crash course. I wouldn't say we know enough to do
Yeah.
our own work, but we know enough to be dangerous.
I think being just familiar is huge.
And I do want to come back. I mean, we're going to help him with the pour and stuff.
Yep,
So
yep.
anyway, yeah,
All right.
off to get a million other chores done today.
Yes.
So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to joining the rest of this project. We're going to help probably pour those walls before the end of the week. And then they've got to do some excavation. And then we're going to come back and help with the flat work.
And then we start our house.
Yeah, and then probably without
And then our
even...
plans are done and go, go, go.
And then we get to do ours. See ya.
Wow, it's so cool in here compared to outside. This is a luxury we're not used to having.